Here we are introducing our beautiful curly-haired black and white tuxedo female, who, as you can see, is a very frisky, playful girl. Before I go into showing you her long-standing distrust of aggressive floor registers, I will go over some of her temperament traits. We're just going to provide a quick snapshot of everything that really makes this girl who she is, and then we'll go into details. So what we have here is a very high level of cuddliness, very high friendliness, slightly below average for bossiness, very below average for fearfulness, and slightly above average energy level. Before I get into explaining all of this, I'm just going to show you how cute she is, just really considering whether or not she ought to be nervous about that air coming out of that floor register, and she just keeps encountering it during her play. It's very funny. I love her curiosity and the fact that she isn't initially just running. She's definitely thinking about it, and she still has not made friends with that floor register. But we haven't been playing in that room very much. I'll have to bring her in there and see how she does. A lot of the other puppies just completely stay away from it, and then sometimes they go after it and start biting at it. So it's interesting to see how they react. Oh, and real quick, sorry about how shaky this video is. It is just, I didn't have my tripod, and I am sorry. I apologize. It's making me crazy. So I just like everybody to see everything up close and personal. It's so hard when you can't come over and play with the puppies, and I know with between COVID and just regular puppy illnesses, it's just not possible to do. So I'm just trying to give you guys the experience of really being able to look that puppy over head to tail tip so that you can see everything that's going on.
Oh, baby, you bumped your head. Are you okay?
So this little lady was an absolute doll. During her temperament evaluation, her tail could not have wagged faster or more often. She's definitely a little social butterfly who wants to meet and chew on everyone and everything. Her resistance to unpleasant handling was really quite neutral and confident. She did have a moderate level of persistence, so she will chew on you and whine if she can't get herself free. She will do quite a lot of wiggling. She will eventually give up and allow grooming or other things to occur, such as handling that she doesn't particularly care for. She doesn't really get angry, aggressive, or pouty after the fact, but she will kind of keep trying for quite a bit. So she can get a little one-track minded at times. She takes a little more persuasion to redirect, but that should channel nicely into training, since when they're persistent like that, they will just keep trying to guess until they figure out what it is that you want them to learn. So as long as training occurs with her, I think that she will be able to have that directed into something positive. If she isn't trained properly, she may get herself into trouble. As it turned out, there was something in this basket. She has a pretty good nose. Here is an easy example to show her persistence. So we didn't interrupt her too much trying to get into that basket, but she definitely went at it for several minutes before she decided to give up on her own. Now, when it comes to possessiveness over resources with other puppies, she is far more comfortable throwing her weight and teeth around and trying to get what she wants. She has no problem fighting. She doesn't mind standing up for herself and smushing herself and throwing her weight around and really doing what she can to get what she wants. And she won't fight excessively, but mostly none of the puppies do. They're really mostly very sweet and giving. Somebody will eventually just say, you know what, it's not worth it, and let her sister have it. She is very happy to fight for what she wants to a certain extent. Her reactivity to noise, movement, and strangers is really normal. It's moderate. She has a healthy startle, a quick recovery. She likes to meet strangers. She's interested in exploring source of motion or noises after she recovers from the initial startle. She's very confident and happy and unbothered by most things. In fact, she's a little unbothered even when she probably should be bothered. She had a really good score here. She should do beautifully in public spaces with loving socialization. Nothing really seems to throw her for very long. So again, I think she'd make a really good puppy for someone who is looking to bring her outside, for walks or in social locations or just on vacations or wherever you want a more social public space dog, then she would be very good for that. On dog and interpuppy sociability. She's very social with other dogs. She likes to wrestle and she has no problem tackling other puppies. Even her champagne colored sister, who is the big girl, this girl invariably beats our little curly girl in absolutely every wrestling match. Now, our little curly girl doesn't seem to be thwarted by her consistent failure. It appears that she really takes losing well. Like, she doesn't seem to get very competitive. She doesn't get frustrated or angry, which is something that we definitely see. But she just doesn't get mad. She doesn't seem to care about winning a competition or wrestling for actual dominance. She seems to just be happy to be engaging in that physical play. So I think it's really more that she wants to play and physically interact with everything around her socially, but it's really not about being dominant or being the boss. So that is a really nice sign. I don't think that she is going to be the type of puppy that will be a bully or want to be in charge of everyone when she's playing at a dog park. Of course, you always want to watch and be very careful when socializing them because, puppies don't really know how to be polite necessarily. And so if they're rude to the wrong dog, they will learn the hard way not to be rude. And so that's always something to watch. But she really isn't an overly pushy puppy, and she just isn't super submissive. Possessiveness in regards to human, thus far, I haven't seen her do anything other than just sort of look at you and then maybe jump at you or attempt to play with you. She really sort of sees everything as an invitation to play. I mean, that's pretty much what this puppy wants to do. She is just super playful and interactive. She doesn't seem to get mad about anything. She just seems to take everything as sort of a fun game. So I have not seen her really have sort of a bad attitude about anything, no matter how aggressive her siblings get when they wrestle. She's just, you can see her tail just always going. She is just the quintessentially happy, playful puppy. Her fear response is very typical for my cockapoos, which is that she will fawn if she thinks that you're angry with her. She will become submissive and lick you and try to make you happy. She will not fight with you. And if something startles her, she is very likely to give it a hard look and walk away or hide behind me. All right, levels 1 to 5 compared to other cockapoos and not to all dogs. Confidence level, a rating of 1 to 5, with 1 being terrified of everything and 5 being attack a bear sureness. She is a level 4. Amounts of confidence often correlates with sort of like a leap before you look kind of an attitude. I really highly recommend impulse control training games for puppies like her, where you're teaching them to slow down and think. You're probably familiar with games like this where you put a piece of food down and they have to wait to eat it until they're given the command. Anything that sort of teaches them to sort of think and slow down and process before they make decisions, because she is just a gung-ho, go for it kind of girl. So you have to be careful with a puppy like this. You don't want to put her up on any elevated surfaces because she is the kind of puppy that will see, maybe dad comes in the room and she sees him and she will just fling herself at him without thinking twice about the fact that he may not catch her and she may end up face first on the ground. So she, will throw herself down the stairs without really considering how to walk down these particular stairs if she's never seen them before, that sort of thing. She definitely flung herself into the ocean with just happy abandon, cheerful abandon. Her happiness and her confidence is amazing. You just want to help educate her about what's around her as she's growing up so that, she survives puppyhood. And it's still much preferable to a puppy that is terrified of everything. So we really do like to see confidence. It's just always something that you want to be aware of, that sometimes they're a little bit too confident. All right, energy level. She would be a nice level 4. So she's very outgoing, playful. She will definitely be an excellent choice for anyone that's social because she's very outgoing, she's very energetic. So she will always enjoy, strangers coming to the house, kids coming to play, going for long walks, that sort of thing. Cockapoos have a tendency to settle down around age 1 or 2. But this little girl is definitely playful and she will want exercise. So she's not going to be the kind of just lay around all the time sort of girl. And you can see that she's really playful and she has more consistent energy throughout the day. 30 minutes doesn't seem very long right now. So, they will play for about 25 to 35 minutes, really full gung ho play, and then they will peter right out. So, a lot of times people are a little bit surprised by how sleepy they are when they're little, but this will, of course, build up. But even so, an adult cockapoo can take a 45-minute hike. You have to kind of work them up to something like that. They're not super athletic dogs unless you get them there. Like, I'll take bike rides and my dogs will run alongside me, but I have to work them up to that kind of an energy level and that kind of an athleticism. Otherwise, they're really pretty happy with like a stroll around the neighborhood and maybe 15 minutes throwing a ball around, and that will wipe out your average adult healthy cockapoo that gets regular exercise. So they're not, these aren't athletes. These are not hardcore athletic dogs. When I'm talking about more of a lazy cockapoo puppy, they're really lazy. I'm saying like they kind of look at you like, I don't want to go on a 10-minute walk around the block. But for anybody that wants that, athletic, fun puppy that is going to play with them, is going to want to take walks, you're really going to want to look at the black curly girl because they are definitely very engaged and playful. And then along that note, the desire to play and interact. She's definitely a level 5, as in she loves absolutely everybody. She is just very social. She loves to give kisses. She wants to be in there. If somebody comes down on the floor, boy, she is right over there. She wants to meet you. She wants to see you. She definitely thinks the whole world is her friend. When she meets strange animals, she just walks right up to them with very little concern whatsoever. She's just, hello, I love you. That's it for her for everything. I believe that with appropriate socialization, she will continue to be an extremely friendly and sociable dog. So I really love seeing that. Now, her desire to mouth, to bite things, to wrestle and to interact physically, with which mostly happens with their mouth, level of 1 to 5. She really is a level 4. Now, she is one of the more mouthy puppies in this litter. Now, cockapoos really aren't often destructive. They're not the type of dog that will usually destroy toys. They do here and there when they're teething, but after that, they're pretty easy on their toys. They're not the type of dog that will gut all of their toys, but every now and then we get a puppy that's super duper mouthy. Now, she does put her mouth on everything. When you watching her play, she puts her mouth on every piece of furniture. She wants to touch it. So when she's running around playing, you have to spend a little bit of time when she first gets into your house making sure that that she learns what she's permitted to put her mouth on, but she explores everything with her mouth. So she is a mouthy puppy. She likes to bite. She likes to put her mouth on you and chew. That's very normal for puppies. She's not going to be as mouthy as, say, a Labrador or a Golden Retriever or other common puppies, but she is going to be mouthier than a more mellow cockapoo. She's definitely going to bite. She's going to bite you. She's going to want to play with you. You're going to put a toy out in front of her and she's not going to want to bite the toy. She's going to want to bite you. And so it takes a little bit of work that first couple of months to get them to understand that they can't chew the heck out of you. And that's just pretty normal for a cockapoo puppy. And of course, the more energetic and playful a puppy is, the more they're going to bite. And then the more social they are, the more bonded to you they are, the more they bite you. Because in their mind, they're playing with you and loving on you and it's fun for them. They really don't understand that you don't want them running around biting everything and experimenting with everything with their mouth. Desire to sit in laps, be cuddled, affection level, she's a level 4. She, again, is very, very affectionate. She wants to connect. She wants to be in your lap. She will fight with her siblings to get into a lap if that's what she wants to do. If she can't get into my lap, she'll run to somebody else's lap to get into. Other than the fact that she's super playful and wants to run around and play, she otherwise wants to be snuggled. And sometimes she'll come over and she'll snuggle for like 30 seconds and then she'll jump up and run across the room to bite something. That's probably the only thing that stops her from snuggling, is her desire to collect toys or bite things randomly. So overall, that she is an excellent choice for anybody that is looking for a very playful family dog. She's sweet, she's easygoing, she doesn't fight too much with you, she's going to love playing games, she's very clever and persistent, so giving her puzzles and training her to do new things is really fun because you can really see her respond. So, yep, that's pretty much this little lady. She's an all around great family dog, very playful, very full of energy and love and life, and just pretty much always in a good mood. So, if you're looking for that quintessential happy, always happy, loving dog, this is definitely the girl for you. All right, if you are at all interested in her, you know where to find me, and I will talk to everybody else later.